dreams just random images fired from an unconscious brain during sleep? Or something much more important, like life-saving inner guidance? How dreams can be healing and early warning tools for disease, financial crisis, or success. And love is still one of the behavioral science's greatest unanswered questions. Hello, I'm your host, author Kat O'Keefe Kanavos. Welcome to Dreaming Healing, where dreams and cutting-edge scientific research meet on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 radio network. Dreaming Healing is every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, when you can call in and ask Kat questions about your amazing dreams. Talk on air. Call toll-free 833-220-1200. That's 833-220-1200. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Dreaming Healing on Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network. I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, but hey, my friends call me Kat, so I hope you will too. And as you can see by me scratching my nose, it's sinus time out here in California with the winds. We're here with Coachella Valley happening and Stagecoach and all that stuff, and everybody's sneezing, including my cats. So if you see me rubbing my nose, it's not because I took anything. We'll be talking about that with our guest tonight. It's because my nose is really itching. So welcome to Dreaming Healing. We're going to be talking with Debbie Dobbins tonight about connecting with your inner billionaire. We all dream about being financially secure. Dare we dream of being a billionaire? From crack addict to critical care patient, to globally acclaimed international prosperity consciousness speaker and teacher, Debbie Dobbins is here to reveal how to burnish the inner billionaire that lives within you for real sustainable wealth. Debbie Dobbins calls herself the Queen of Magic for a reason. Her mission is to help others remember that they too hold the magic wand. So tonight we're delighted to have Debbie Dobbins here with us to share her billionaire magic. But first, we're going to do our protection meditation with the Queen of Magic and the Queen of Dreams. So this is going to be such a fun show tonight. For those of you who are new and haven't been on my show with me before, haven't listened to the show or watched the show, if you're only listening and you'd like to watch and see Debbie Dobbins tonight, see her book, I'll have her hold it up. You can go to my website by Googling Kat, the Queen of Dreams, which is easier to remember, or my name, KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com. And you look at the top, you'll see the black buttons. Second one from the left, click it. It will take you to my website on Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network out of Rhode Island. And you can just look and you'll see Dreaming Healing. It'll be right there. Debbie Dobbins' poster will be there. All of her bios will be there, and all of her links will be hot. And you can watch the show, and you can just click on the links. It'll take you right to her book. It'll take you right to her website. You'll get to see her also. So for those of you who are new, we're going to do our protection meditation because sometimes we talk about other realms, and I always like to keep us all very protected. So if you're driving in your car, don't close your eyes. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. It'll still work. The rest of you, I want you to sit very deep in your chair. Get really comfortable. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Imagine any negativity from this week in that breath. Blow it out right into the purple flame of Saint Germain. See it going up past the stars and the moon, past the planets, up to the pearly gates, making a U-turn and coming right back down into our seventh chakra at the top of our head, our crown chakra, and filling our whole body with healing golden light. Feel it vibrating, just tingling from our nose all the way down to our toes. Again, deep breath in. Any negativity that you may have done this week into that breath of life and blow it out right into the purple flame of Saint Germain, where it's turned into beautiful golden light. We are not going to pollute the universes. And it goes straight up to those pearly gates again, bounces off of them, and at the speed of thought, the fastest speed there is, comes into our seventh chakra and fills us with warm, tingling, golden light. Just feel it for a second, warming your body, warming your heart. One more time, really deep breath in. Any negativity we've been carrying with us from our childhood, in that breath of life and blow it out, get rid of it. No more. Up into the ethos, up to the pearly gates, making the U-turn, coming back down into our seventh chakra and filling our whole body again with warm, tingling light. Now imagine holding in your hand a power gift. A power gift is anything that you love. It can be alive. It can be your imagination, your favorite pet that's deceased. Imagine it in your hand. It can be your favorite piece of jewelry, your favorite stone, your favorite flower. Use it in your hand to swing it all around your body and create a mirrored bubble of light. Only that which is of the highest and best, brought by our spirit guides and guardian angels, may enter that bubble. Everything else is reflected back from whence it came. We wish it so, and therefore it is. When you're ready, open your eyes. Until then, you can just listen to me. If you're having trouble getting back into your body, put your hands together in the prayer form and press. Your fingertips are pressure points for every part of your body. It will help pull you back in and ground you. Let me tell you a little bit about our fabulous guest tonight. We all dream of being financially secure, right? Well, dare we dream of being a billionaire? From crack addict to critical cancer patient to globally acclaimed international prosperity consciousness speaker and teacher, Debbie Dobbins is with us tonight. And she's going to be talking about how we can connect with our inner billionaire. She is a powerhouse of transformation, also known as the Queen of Magic. She lived many lives: millionaire businesswoman, cancer thriver, spiritual teacher, and now best-selling author of Your Inner Billionaire. Her story is not just inspiring, it's proof that what's possible when women reclaim their power. After finding herself broke, sick, and burned out from a life that looked successful on the outside, Debbie rewrote the script using feminine energy, universal law, and fierce personal responsibility. She rebuilt her wealth and discovered a deeper, more meaningful prosperity along the way. Now she helps other conscious women, especially those in their second act, do the same. Her book, Your Inner Billionaire, part memoir, part manual, is shaking up the way we think and dream about money, wealth, and success. So get ready for some truth bombs, some heart wisdom, and a whole lot of permission to shine. If you want to know more about Debbie, you can find her at thedebbiedobbins.com, and that's TheDebbie Dobbins.com. Welcome to the show, Debbie Dobbins.
Thank you. I'm so excited, Kat. That was such a beautiful centering meditation. And of course, I'm always in the stars because we're both queens. And it's where, I mean, it's the universe. So to expand our consciousness to that place just now really centered us for this talk tonight. I'm so excited.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you liked it. And we share something else besides being queens. We're both cancer survivors.
Yay! I mean,
Yay!
I say thriver and
Yes.
flourisher at this point
Yeah,
because
I
it's
do
so
too.
important to recognize that every journey that we're on in life. So ours was that I've had, the drug addiction situation, but
Hmm.
every challenge is there to refine us, to allow us to see more of ourselves. So I don't look at that as anything other than this opportunity to go deeper. And I'm sure that that's exactly how you see it as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, um, without that challenge in my life, I wouldn't
Mhm.
be where I am now.
Yeah.
Sometimes the most difficult challenges are the
Mhm.
biggest steps forward.
Right.
And I know from reading everything I got on you that you've taken some pretty big steps and lots of them. So what was the nexus for you in writing your current book? Give us a brief oversight of your amazing journey and when you decided to put it into book form.
So I was living in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, a couple of years ago, and knew that I thought I wanted to go there and write a book. And of course, I don't know, I've heard this from so many people. I want to write a book, and I was
Mhm.
always hoping like I would be Deepak Chopra or Wayne Dyer, and it would just download into me. And I
Mhm.
never had that. And yet, that's what happened with this book. And it was just a culmination of going through, particularly the cancer journey. I've been
Mhm.
teaching abundance for, gosh, it's a couple of decades now, but I always taught from the mindset. And what it just became so crystal clear for me was that
Mhm.
everything that we are creating is coming from the electromagnetic field called our body. And to
Mhm.
really take a deep dive into what is it telling me and how am I creating what I'm creating? Because I'm sure you've talked to plenty of people, change your mindset and have a wealth mindset, and it doesn't work through the unconscious. The unconscious is being driven by this beautiful body that has all of the frequency signatures that tell the universe this is the electromagnetic signal that I'm sending out and I want to receive. What we're sending out is fear and victimhood and um, worry and I can't have enough and unworthiness. So when we stop doing that, it isn't about a mindset thing. It really is a shift in your physical body through that emotional experience. So it was very interesting to have it show up in Playa, and then it just wrote itself, and here we are.
So let me ask you, Debbie, because I mean, with everything that you have gone through, I believe
Mhm.
you have to be a higher vibrating individual person because I really do believe that a lot of the challenges that we have in this lifetime, believe it or not, we chose before we got here in
Yes.
order to experience. And we're like, well, why would I want to experience cancer? It was an experience, and it's like no other experience.
Right.
So and dreams were the way I reconnected to where I came from and with my spirit guides, and they kept me alive while I was going through treatments because I am a three-time breast cancer survivor. I had recurrence twice. Like once wasn't enough, Debbie. I had to do it three times. So did you have dream downloads for your book while you were going through all this stuff?
Actually, I did not. But what's really funny is I didn't realize that your messaging was about dreaming. And I was walking in the park because I'm very intuitive. I was walking in the
Mhm.
park today, and I started having this conversation with myself about dreaming, and that we do this dreaming in our sleep, and it's a it's almost as if it's not real to us, right? We're all in all these dimensions, and so you mentioned that. But the
Hmm.
fact is that I was wondering why we put our dreams on hold, the ones that we believe about our life or in our success and these
Hmm.
magical things that are happening to us, because we don't believe that they're real. So until we can believe that our dreams when we're sleeping are real, and our dreams that we're believing about our visions are real, they don't become real. So I think that's so it's I love the synchronicity of this dreaming bit, because I don't do a lot of dreaming that I remember. I know that I
Hmm.
dream a lot, but I can't ever remember it. And so that's one of my practices this year, is to begin to write down my dreams, because I believe that they have really important messages for us.
Hmm.
And
Oh, they do, yeah.
our dreams are what drive us if we let them. But
Mhm.
most people believe that they will never achieve their dreams, and they lock them away in their heart, whatever they happen to be, because we're either not worthy, we're not good enough, we don't know how, it couldn't happen for me, and all of these limiting conversations that we have. And it all relates to the whole idea of money. So when I titled the book, originally it was Your Inner Millionaire. And I thought, as I'm writing it, my intuitive download was, that's not big enough, right? So I wanted to make it so that it was big and almost incomprehensible, because when we are following our dreams, we have to actually confuse our brain, our logical brain, so that it doesn't get into the mode of telling you why you can't have something. Because um, if it's not a big enough stretch, your brain will tell you why you can't have it. When it's just up to the stars, your brain gets confused, because that unconscious is like, well, I don't know what she's doing,
Yeah,
but I
right.
don't know if I
I'm
can
gonna
weigh in
fall.
on this. So I really love the idea that a billionaire came forth. And then I didn't realize, because this was published January 2025, that billionaire would have a negative connotation for people these days. And I went, oh my gosh, that is so silly,
Mm.
because we all have the capacity, we all have the inherited nature to have as much abundance as we desire. That's our
Mhm.
inheritance from our consciousness. And yet, and it's just like healing, it's health and wealth are exactly the same. It's when we push it away, we can heal ourselves and we can create abundance, but it's not about making it happen. It's about revealing our own inner perfection. This God beingness that we are is already perfect. It's just all the
Mm.
layering that we put on top of ourselves to believe something else. And that's the first chapter of the book, is about our stories. We have a
Mhm.
story about love. We have a story about health. We have a story about money. We have a story about relationships. So when we begin to look at what stories we've downloaded through our experiences, we don't have to keep making that our precedent in our life. We then begin to write a new story. So that's what the book starts out with. Look at your
We have
story,
so
write a
many,
new one.
yes, yeah, and we have so many stories in us. And when I was
Mhm.
reading over your materials, the thing that just it cracked me up so much last night, I was laughing for like 5 minutes. You wrote that if you had been told that you were going to be writing a book about being a billionaire, you would have laughed so hard you probably would have dropped your crack pipe. And I
Yes.
just laughed and laughed because the honesty of your book and the way you put it was just amazing to me. Not that many people would be that honest. So what brought you from being prosperous to a crack person back to prosperity? What happened?
Well, there's been a lot of different chapters of my life. And the one where I was completely broken on food stamps, which is the sort of main focus of the book, because broke can be anytime.
Hmm.
And it was because I was diagnosed with rectal cancer, and I was unable to do anything. I mean, I could work on my computer, but I wasn't able to go
Mm.
out and do what I had been doing up until that point, which was property management. And I thought, this is really interesting that I am just completely flat broke. even though I'm an abundance teacher, of course, then comes up shame. There's what did I do wrong? How could I create this for myself? And so as soon as you let those layers go, then it's an opportunity to see that perfection again, no matter where you are in life. And I think that that's the thing that most people get confused with. And the most common question that I get from anybody, including podcast hosts, not you particularly, but when they say, well, what do you tell somebody when they are flat broke? And I said, well, you have to make a decision. You have to get up. You have to say that I am abundant and I'm open to receive, which is exactly what I did. One little tiny online survey at a time, making $1 to $5. Because what happens is most people don't realize you just have to create momentum and energy and that frequency, because the energy is frequency, that vibration. When you begin to crank that up, it's not the same as victim and feeling like you don't have enough. It's a different energy, and it can start with anywhere. You can be a billionaire and still be the most unhappy person on the planet, or you can be flat broke and be the happiest person. It isn't about the money in the bank. It's about the prosperity that you feel inside. And so many people get trapped in what we call reality, which is just a reflection of our innermost thoughts and our feelings and all of that that's been downloaded into the body. So once you recognize that, we begin to create. This life is just a hologram. And, I was listening to a guy on Gaia the other day, and he was a little odd, but he said something so important, that we are decoding everything that we see in our lives. And he used the internet as an example, so that we go onto a screen and we see what we're seeing right here, right now. But these are ones and zeros that are bouncing off of somewhere and putting you and I together. So how does that's just decoding. So what our brain does, because that's all it is a sophisticated computer, is it's decoding what we programmed it to see. So we get to give it a new program that expects good and beauty and love and relationships and all of the success that we could ever dream of.
When I was listening to you talk about this, I just got this kind of flash, that you were this abundance teacher. And then you went through all this. It was horrific, the cancer and getting on crack, which is so hard to get off of. I'm amazed you're even on my show today, and you look fabulous. But I got this download. In order to truly teach something, sometimes we have to go down to that level and live there a little while, so that we can have a heart connection with those who are seeking our advice and teaching. And I just kind of got that download. Now, at least when somebody comes up to you and says, I'm flat broke, I am so depressed, you can say, I know how you feel, and really mean it.
I really mean it.
And there are so many
really
people who can't do that. And that's why your book is so important. We've already come to the end of our first session of the show tonight. We got to go to a break. But those of you listening, don't go away, because when we come back, I'm going to ask her about the 3 principles of divine support. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat O'Keefe Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Are miracles real? Can you move from mayhem to miracles? 30 prominent authors say yes as they share their high fives and down lows of challenges, abuse, addiction, and love. Experience hope, the magic elixir of miracles, through the personal stories of New York Times bestselling authors James Redfield, Dr. Bernie Siegel, Sister Jenna, Reverend Temple Hayes, and many more. If you like bestsellers, chaos to clarity, and crappy to happy, you'll love crying and laughing through mayhem to miracles. Sacred stories of transformational hope. Available now on Amazon and in bookstores worldwide.
Did you know that every word you speak matters? What you say and how you say it can make or break a relationship or shift the outcome of any situation. Are your conversations making a difference? Faith in God, gratitude, authenticity, and giving are Teresa Velarde's heart. It's in this spirit that she's focused on making a difference in the lives she's blessed to touch. Conversations That Make a Difference is now on syndicated Dreamvision 7 radio network every Tuesday at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time, with live call-in shows every first and third Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
In a world facing annihilation, a miraculous African nun rises to become the first female pope through a web of war, murder, and betrayal. Loved by some, hated by many, she becomes the deadly target of Islamic terrorists and her own cardinals as she introduces a new vision that will either save humanity or accelerate its destruction. 4 people must race against a nuclear holocaust to learn her astonishing secret. Pope Annalisa is available at petercanova.com, Amazon, and other online booksellers and bookstores worldwide.
This is Dreamvision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to Dreaming Healing on Dreamvision 7 Radio Network. I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, but please call me Kat. And we're talking with Debbie Dobbins tonight. It's an amazing show. Her book is called The Inner Billionaire. And when I first read the title, I thought, yeah, here's another one, right? They're going to tell you how to become a billionaire, but they're not a billionaire, right? And they don't know all the stress and crises that people go through, right, to try and get up there. And then I started reading everything, and I suddenly realized this woman is deep. She's been there. She's done that. She's experienced everything else, everything that everybody else is experiencing who wants to get there also. So I decided, I got to have her on my show. And although the show is Dreaming Healing, we can also dream our future to be prosperous, not just in money, but in what we do, what we think, and what we feel. And in that way, we can also be our inner billionaire. So just before the break, we were talking about, prosperity and making yourself worthy. So Debbie, I just want to ask you, before we talk about the 3 principles of divine support, I thought it was brilliant the way you said, you don't have to become prosperous. You are prosperous. You don't have to make yourself worthy. You are worthy. And you don't have to force abundance. You allow it. Can you expand on that at all?
It's because it goes to the story conversation. We have all of these stories that we have downloaded for ourselves, and we are now believing that they are true. And the essence of consciousness is that it is perfection. It isn't, there's nothing wrong, bad, right. It's just the creative energy that we all live in this universe. So the very first thing that we all have to recognize is that our abundance is assured, and it is only us revealing that to ourselves. We don't have to reveal it to anybody except for ourselves. Everybody's on their own journey. One of the things that I loved about what you said in the very beginning of the show was that we all chose to come into this incarnation.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
And we all have these appointments that we've created to have the experience. I say that we are all godlings wanting to experience what this is like on this life. And we wouldn't have, if we just had this magical life and nothing was ever happening to us, how boring would that be?
Oh, it
No
would
one would
be.
ever, we live in a world of duality. So we have to experience it from that place. And one of the things that I talk to people about all the time is what I call the bus stop conversation. Now, obviously, we're not at a bus stop, but we're, before we come in, we're all sitting at the bus stop going, well, I want to go in and get patience, and I want to go in and get more love, and I want to get whatever. And so we say to everybody at the bus stop, who will go with me? But see, the people that come and raise their hands with us may be playing roles that we would say in this lifetime we don't want, which was my dad. And then when I went to a healer when I was going through cancer, and she said, your dad's right there. He said to me, nobody would have loved you this much to play the role that I had to play in order for you to get the experience that you got. And so
Mm-hmm.
when we begin to look at people and we judge them, we're just judging ourselves, because everybody is here as spiritual guides. No matter what we perceive them to be in this lifetime, they're here to guide us along this path to have those experiences. And so if we just recognize that everything is always working in our favor, which I did a beautiful 5-minute meditation that I give to people, because it's so magical to think
Mm-hmm.
every day everything is working in your favor, no matter what it looks like. And that's the first premise that I start with my clients is, until we can wake up every morning and say, everything is working in my favor. And even when you get up and you step on the Legos and the car has a flat tire, and you get to work and the boss is being however the boss is being, and you think none of this is working in my favor. It all is. And we can all look back and see that we've had experiences, just particularly we'll call out the cancer one, that they've made us who we are at this moment. Who could
Mm-hmm.
ever take that away from us? We came in with it built in because we decided before we came in that it wasn't going to push us past our limits. And it's
Mm-hmm.
so beautiful to recognize that we are just incarnations of this beautiful oneness energy. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just basically the revealing of what this energy is.
No, that's so well put. So, what are the three principles of divine support that I was reading about in here?
So the very first thing is you have to believe. See, we say we believe in things, but we don't, because our unconscious is saying, nope, 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 that's not for you. You can't have it. The second one is you have to become who you say you desire in life. We are so confused by this 3D world that we want to get stuff to make us happy. And the stuff comes as a natural outcropping of being, of becoming who we desire. So let's say, I'm going to use body for an example. I was 200 pounds and I wanted to lose, 50 pounds. I can't be the same person that I was yesterday that created that experience. I have to start becoming inside and out a different person, and then the transformation happens. And then the last one is broadcast, because then you begin to broadcast different energy, because we're just broadcasting little devices. We're little antennas broadcasting exactly what we feel, not what we think. What we feel, we're broadcasting every moment of every day, and it is showing up as our own theater, which we call reality. And then we say, oh, I don't like that. We don't check. If you went to a movie theater, you wouldn't go up to the screen and go, I have to cross out these characters. I don't like them. It's the camera, it's the projector that's creating the scene. We're the projector, we're the antenna, we're creating everything. So when we recognize that, we believe, we become, and then we broadcast, we start seeing everything that we ever dreamt of. It could be $1 billion in the bank if that's really what you desire. Most people don't have that desire. Most people don't even have a desire to be millionaires. They just want to be free and happy. And that's where this process begins.
Mm-hmm. So it kind of reminds me of that old saying, fake it till you make it. If you want to change your becoming,
Mm-hmm.
just try it on like a new pair of shoes, wear it, fake it, be that, act it until you find that you're comfortable in that, and then you have become it.
Yeah.
And you
It's
will
a
see that there's going to be a big shift in your life. Did you find, Debbie, that when you made that shift, when you made that change, you lost some people that you considered friends, but then you found new people who became your friends? Was the
that
shift in that
happens.
too?
Yeah, that happens with everybody. Whenever we change our frequency, so I want to clarify the fake it till you make it, because there is, I used to say that a lot, and that is what most people perceive fake it till you make it is a behavioral shift. What I'm talking about is a deep-seated emotional feeling shift.
Mhm.
So when you want to change something in your life to become something, we have to change how we feel. Because if
Mhm.
we're faking what we think the actions are, but we still feel not worthy, not enough, lack, victimhood, it will counteract everything. You could do it like an affirmation and you can do it a million times, but it's really about downloading the feeling, which we all know how to feel. I was on a
Mhm.
podcast with a bunch of guys one time, and they're like, "We don't have feelings." And I said, "Yeah, you do. Do you know what, how, do you ever feel happy? Of course I feel happy. Well, that's a feeling. So there's a range of feelings that we all can create while we're
Mhm.
sitting in our chair. We can vision, but it's about visioning with the feeling, not with the mind. We've got so
Mhm.
trapped in this idea that the mind is running the show when the
Mhm.
reality is our body is running the show. And so when we really connect with those feelings, we begin to change our chemistry literally with feelings. And that changes the frequency because every chemistry in the body, every feeling in the body has a frequency. And so
Right.
if we're sad, it has a certain frequency. And it's okay to be sad, but it isn't, you don't want to be chronically sad because that frequency is going to keep you stuck. And so what we want to do is begin to feel that joy, to feel that passion, to feel that excitement, that thrill of life. And
Mhm.
then that sends out such a incredible, that talk about a high vibration, exhilaration for life. It's
Mhm.
like being on a roller coaster. Of course, we love that. But most people don't know that they can just activate that within themselves.
Yes. Yes. So you also wrote in your book about something called the somatic body-based responses to money in order
Mhm.
to change our course. What does that mean?
So the
Body-based
somatic,
responses?
yeah, anything somatic has to do with the body. So it's
Mm-hmm.
always about the body. The body, that's why health and wealth are so, uh, they're like two sides of the same coin, like science and spirituality are the same, two sides of the same coin. So when
Okay.
we get into our body, we have stuck energy in there, especially women, because we pushed everything down and now it's living in there and it's sending out those frequency signals. So we have to begin to open up the body. So there's all kinds of different somatic activities that people can do. But one thing is to recognize that this, when you did the prayers to the face, that was a form of connection with the body. So you're
Mm-hmm.
signaling the body in a different way than what we're doing on a daily basis because we programmed it to do the same thing over and over and over. So on my courses, I typically go through some somatic activities just so you can begin to see that once you pattern interrupt what you're doing with your body, then your body starts to free itself so that it can find more joy and find more exhilaration because it's so magical when we really reprogram our body because of the emotions that we've downloaded that are stale and keeping us stuck.
Oh, I love that pattern interrupt. idea.
Mhm.
If it's a negative pattern, that pattern interrupts. So that basically means you've got to be aware of that pattern
Yeah.
to interrupt it. And
Yes.
that's real
You,
growth.
yes, very much so. Awareness is one of the big ideas that I have in the book as well, is that we can't do anything unless we're aware of what we're doing. I mean, what is it in the 12-step programs, Alcoholics Anonymous? I um, I realized, I was powerless over alcohol is the very first sentence of those steps. If we don't
Mhm.
realize that we do have the power within us to create a life that we desire, then we'll just keep doing the same patterns over and over. So it begins with that awareness.
Yep, that awareness. We're ready for our second break. It's just flying through this hour really quick, but when we come back, I'm going to be asking Debbie about the holy homework assignments. Yes, it kind of take you back to, for those of you who went to parochial schools, and the nuns over you with their rulers. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat O'Keefe Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Why are we here? How can we be happy? Questions asked from millennials to boomers. Crappy to happy. Sacred Stories of Transformational Joy answers them using true stories of grit, grace, and love. James Redfield, author of The Celestine Prophecy, wrote in the foreword, "This book is a seminar about emerging truths and offers grounded solutions through the art of the comeback." Dr. Bernie Siegel, a contributing author, wrote, "Bodies die, but spirits and consciousness survive and recycle." So, grab some tissues, open your book, and prepare to cry and laugh till it heals. Crappy to Happy by Reverend Ariel Patricia and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and booksellers worldwide. Have you met your physician within yet? The Nautilus and multi-award-winning book, Surviving Cancerland: Intuitive Aspects of Healing, is a memoir that takes you down the rabbit hole of healing dreams and interpretations, mixed with conventional medicine and treatments. Listen to the hookah-puffing caterpillar ask, "Who are you?" Dr. Bernie Siegel says Kathleen's story is powerful, honest, and eye-opening. Surviving Cancerland: Intuitive Aspects of Healing by 3-time breast cancer survivor Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Buy the book and audio at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers. Darkest hours to brightest moments. Transformation from despair to happiness, and chaos to clarity. Real people, real pain, real healing. Life-threatening illness, death, abusive relationships, divorce, and overcoming addiction are challenges these men and women faced head-on. See how they emerged stronger and happier. Buy the new book, Chaos to Clarity: Sacred Stories of Transformational Change by Reverend Patricia Caginello and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available on sacredstoriespublishing.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers.
This is Dreamvision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to the third session of Dreaming Healing from Dreamvision 7 Radio Network. I'm your host, Kat Kanavos, and we're talking with Debbie Dobbins about your inner billionaire. And just before the break, I told you when we came back in, we were going to ask her about what the gift of the holy homework assignments is. So, Debbie, go ahead and take it away.
So I have a couple of different things that I share with people of what they can do to accelerate what they're doing. One of them is called the Divine Wealth Activator. And it's a process where you begin to activate receiving. So one of those really important ingredients about changing the dynamic of who we are and receiving, because receiving is our natural state. If we look at nature, it's always receiving. It's receiving sunlight, it's receiving rain, it's receiving all of the nutrients in the ground. We believe that there isn't enough for us, so we fall into this victim mentality. So as I said, when I was broken on food stamps, I was doing surveys for $1. Not because of course the dollar was great, but $1 to me, because it's all energy. Money is just energy. $1 is the same as $1 million. It's just the connotation that we give it. It's the version that we give it that makes it different, because the universe doesn't know the difference between small or big. It's all the same. So this activator is for everybody to see what they're receiving on a regular basis, and then go expect that you're going to receive more. So whether it's taking a survey or it's driving an Uber, or not to do a ton of anything and have a whole second job, but it's about activating that. Sell something in your garage, but it gives you an opportunity to begin to receive and bring that channel open of receiving. The second thing that I always recommend is do a money date. This is the best homework that anybody can do. Have a money date. Now, the reason I call it a date is because money is energy. It's a relationship. And so most people have a really bad relationship with money. And if we treated relationships in life, say our romantic partner, like we treat money, oh, you're never there for me. There's never enough of you. I'm so jealous because everybody else has you. All of those kind of conversations, that's what we're doing with money. And money's like, I don't want to stay around. So we have to have a relationship. It is a relationship. It is the most important relationship we have in our lives. Everything revolves around this symbol called money, but it's abundance and success. So if we have a money date, we begin to see and have conversations with money. So we look at our bank accounts. I always recommend, put a candle on, get a glass of wine, and then look at what your financial situation is, what's coming in, what's going out, what am I holding back from you, money? And give it a name, give it a real, an avatar, if you will. So you are having a relationship with money that is different than anything that we've done before, because we have a tendency to put it into a box and really not understand. We don't understand how it works. We don't understand how it's having a relationship with us, and we're mad at it all the time. So if we did that with people, they would leave us. Well, gee, some people have money leaving them. So it's really important to have a money date. So there's a whole portion in one of the chapters about money dates, because I think they're super fun. And sometimes I go a month without having a money date. I'm like, my money's going, we haven't had a date. And I'm like, I know. So it's really one of the most fascinating things, because I've shared this for so many years and people love it.
What a great concept. I never really thought about that, but it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a great concept. So, tell us, how can we find your book and also contact you?
Yeah, it's all on the website, thedebbiedobbins.com. And for people, because I hear this all the time, I don't have money. I go, okay. So I made it so you can buy the book. You can buy it on Amazon for $19.99, or you can get it on my website and get the real book by paying shipping for $9.99. Or you can download a PDF, which is a flip book of the book for free, because I want everybody to have that in their hands. And this is what I call, the book is what I call a portal. So, unfortunately, I got my thing blurred out. So,
Oh, good. No, that's okay. If you hold it up by I was just going to ask you, we're on the same wavelength to hold your book. That's perfect. It looks good.
But see, this is a portal. And this is exactly what this book is. It's meant to be a process. It's not a how-to book. It's not a just read a book and you'll feel wonderful and maybe you'll do something. There's actual processes in there to do. It talks about your money story. It talks about having the money date. It talks about giving. All of the things, there are moments for you to do something different in your life than what you've been doing right now. And that portal is just to take you into that place to recognize that you are divine, whole, and complete right here, right now. And as I said, you are magical just because you exist.
Oh, great. Well, you know, transformation is an amazing thing. And like Debbie says, back when I was cooking up ways to finance my next fix, if you had told me I'd be one day writing the conclusion of a book about becoming your inner billionaire, I'd have laughed so hard I might have dropped my crack pipe. Now, here's the thing about transformation. It has a wicked sense of humor and impeccable timing, end quote. So our moments may all look different from Debbie's, but at that moment, the moment exists if we dare to embrace our dream, recognize our worth, and allow our transformation to happen. So, you know, Debbie's book isn't going to tell you how to have $1 billion necessarily. Maybe you will in the bank. It's going to tell you how to have that $1 billion worth of you inside yourself. Because like you said earlier, Debbie, it doesn't matter if you've got all the money in the whole world. If you're miserable, if you're unhappy and you're miserable and you don't have any love and you're sick. I remember thinking there's nothing in life that is more important than your health. Because when you have your health, you have everything. You can get everything else. So do you have any last thoughts to leave with our audience tonight?
Yeah, I love the idea that it is your health. You have to have your health in order to expand on this planet and to grow and to evolve. I love the idea that communicating with people that this isn't a quick fix. We live in the world of immediate gratification. And this journey I've been on, I'm 70 years old, and I am going to continue to learn and absorb all of the knowledge and all of the wisdom that I've gotten for these past 70 years, because this is not a one-trick pony. And I think what most people do is they say, I want to read a book and then I am going to be a billionaire, or I'm going to have all the money that I ever desired. And they, often say, well, I did everything your book said. How come I'm not rich? How many years did it take you to get to where you are today, that you have programmed yourself so well? Because we are really good programmers of our own selves. So I would say, begin, just start, make a decision, and then get on the path. Because once you get on the path and you start expecting beautiful things to happen in your life, they do show up because we're expecting them.
Yes. So if you missed last week's show with Larry Freeborg, always at choice, who ended up in a psych ward after the death of his wife, you can watch or listen to in the archives. And again, go to my website, the Queen of Dreams. Click on that second to the left black button that says radio show, and it'll take you right there. And you can always watch this show again in the same place. So somebody did send me in a dream for the show tonight. They want to know, what does it mean when I am being chased in my dream? I am scared because I cannot see the person's face, but I know they are there. Well, that kind of, that really does tie into the show tonight, because this is a stress dream. And it means, that you are anxious. And what do you do when somebody's chasing you? You're always looking over your shoulder. And it's a bit of a play on words. Wherever you go, there you are. It is our shadow person. It is us. Are you a shadow of your former self? What in the world or in your life are you trying to avoid or run from? Your shadow may not be chasing you. It may be trying to keep up with you, perhaps even to protect you. Where would you be in your waking world without your shadow? Our shadow reassures us that we exist, that we have worth, that we are there. Where would your shadow be without you? Embrace your shadow, and you'll be embracing yourself. This can be an important dream, so pay attention to it. Write it in your dream journal. Where are you? Is it dark out? Is it daytime? Are you in the light and the shadow's there? Are you in the dark and the shadow is there? If you don't have a dream journal, go to my website, again, Kat, the Queen of Dreams, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, and download one there for free. And that is also extended to all of my guests. If you don't have a dream journal and you want to start keeping your dreams, go and download mine for free. It'll tell you what type of dream you had, how to figure out what it means, and how to use it in your waking world. So again, thank you so much, Debbie, for being on the show with us tonight. It went so quickly. Hold your book up for us next to your face one more time. And again, give us your website and how we can get your book.
It's www.debbiedobbins.com. And I love that you just gave that analogy of a dream. That was when I was growing up, I always had the recurring dream of being chased. So I love that. And I will go get that journal because I told you at the beginning, I wanted to start focusing on noticing my dreams. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
So this show just turned into one big ball of love and joy and happiness and
energy.
Yeah,
yes.
It's great. So remember, everybody dreams, but some dreams save lives. So until next time, dream on. Good night, everyone.
Thank you for joining us this evening. And a big thanks to our producer. Tune in next time to Dreaming Healing for more cutting-edge research, live dream interpretations, and stories with radio host and award-winning author Kat O'Keefe Kanavos. Listen every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time with call-in live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network. Remember, everyone dreams, but some dreams save lives. Live your dreams. Find more about Kat at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com. That's Kathleen with a K. OKEEFEKANAVOS. Or The Queen of Dreams on Google search.
This is Dreamvision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.